Shalom Aleichem, what's your name?
Shlomi Friedman.
Shlomi Friedman, what's the name of your company?
Q Fence.
Q, how do you spell Q?
How do you spell Q? Let me hear.
Q-U-E.
Perfect.
You know how I know that? Because I saw your sign earlier. I would never have known that otherwise. So what type of business do you do?
We do fencing. We manufacture and install quality fencing, commercial, residential. The word Q, so it spells the letter Q. Q also stands for quality. And we wanted something simple and catchy, so Q Fence. It rolls off the tongue.
So how do you get into this business? Such a random business that someone specifies in. Let me hear.
So I actually bought a house and I needed a fence. I called a few different companies. A lot of people have the same story. It sounds pretty cliche, but that's what happened. It was hard to get a fence company to come down.
Really?
Yeah. And from those who did, I got maybe one quote. So my partner had a similar story. You know, we kind of sat together and said, okay, let's, do something about it.
What were you doing at the time? You were working?
I had a different company. We were doing disposables, a whole different industry. But we both had experience with branding, marketing, importing. Between me and him, we have experience with product development. So we on a whole different route than traditionally. So we actually manufacture the products and then we install it. We don't just buy local.
Really?
What that means is every product you get is a Q-Fence product.
Why did you decide to do that route?
Because we did some research in the market and we saw there's problems with the products that are currently out there. People were complaining about certain things.
I mean, let's just understand, the typical fencer, I'm not saying there are many companies I'm sure have better products. The typical fencer will simply, this is what you can buy from Home Depot and I'm going to install it for you, right? That's basically what they do, many of them.
Yeah, either Home Depot or wholesaler, but that type of thing, yes. And they're going to buy whatever's on the shelf.
Correct.
With us, we did all our research to figure out what was wrong with the products out there, and we made them better. For example, our white vinyl privacy, which is the most common, we saw that there's an issue on a windy day, the pickets get blown out. And the main reason for that is because the section weighs down on the bottom rail. It bows down onto the ground, so one picket falls out, it's all connected, so they all fall out. Our solution to that was, first of all, we made a thicker grade material. Secondly, we have an aluminum insert on the bottom of every rail to keep it straight. So if you have a metal stiffener, it's not going anywhere. Also, our posts, we made them deeper, so they go 3 feet deep into the ground. We pour concrete in every post. We make a solid product so that we come install it once and we never have an issue.
Was that your idea? Like, we're going to start a business, we're going to install it and manufacture it? That was your idea from scratch?
First, manufacturing, yes. Installation came second.
Really?
For the concept, yeah. That's really where both of our experience came from, is more of the product development side. So once we had the right product, then we figured, okay, let's get...
But that's interesting because, you have to now convince, before you did installation, convince contractors or people installing the stuff, hey, we have a better product. Like, how did you go about doing that?
So we did tons and tons of marketing. I put myself out there. I'm on video all the time. The videos were very simple, to the point, usually 30 seconds, max a minute. Video would explain who we are, what we do, and why we do it best. So people saw it, and within a few seconds, they understood what it is that we're doing.
Even installers and contractors understood.
Correct. It was again, obviously in the beginning we got homeowners because that's easiest to convince. It's just simple, basic.
But you didn't do installation. Didn't talk about before installation.
No, we did everything. As soon as it came in, what I'm saying is the way a company was built. We first started with a product, and then we figured out how to install.
But your intent was right away to do installation.
So the honest truth is this: we first brought it in. The idea was to sell wholesale. We had a bunch of different companies that were going to, buy from us. They were like, yes, bring it in, and we're going to, close.
That was my question. They convince people to use a new product.
That's how it started. But as soon as the container came in, we happened to have been winter, and everybody had their reasons why. Not today. I pinged. I'm not busy. Whatever. Call me back. So I turned around to my partner. I said, okay, we have this schroeder sitting in our warehouse. What are we going to do with it? Within a week, we came up with the brand. That's when the Q-Fence, literally the name, the logo was born. We also have a gorilla mascot that goes with it. Our color is orange, bright, so it's memorable. And then we did that video. We installed a fence in someone's house. I shot that video, and that was the first video that we put out there, and it just, snowballed from there.
So you answered my question, because like I said, how are you going to convince wholesalers to take it and start doing installations yourself?
So in terms of that, yes, it's harder, because...
Do you also sell your product now wholesale?
Now we do, yeah, because now they've seen it. It's been proven. There's thousands and thousands of fencing out there. Like, we've been everywhere, so...
How many people work in your company today?
So we have installation, total about 15. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's a real company.
So a mix between office, warehouse,
So I will tell you the way I think that most people get fences, one of two ways. Either they actually pass by a fence and see that small sticker, believe it or not.
Yep, yeah.
Right? Or they ask their friend. They see a fence, it looks like a nice fence, and Shalom Yisrael. The problem is that most fences after 2-3 years look like garbage. Right? So how do you separate yourself from these other companies?
So first of all, we also do referrals. If someone's happy, they'll definitely recommend. Or even if they just know that you do fencing, they'll recommend somebody. How to combat the issue. So that's why we make a better product. Like, our product truly does stand the test of time. Everything we make has been through stress tested, so it's been through different weathers, different time, whether it's cold or hot or wet or sun, it withstood. So that's why we install a product that's solid.
So where I live, before I had my fence, if I had an Amazon product for 3 hours, it was gone. gone. I put up a huge fence, and Baruch Hashem, it lasted a little bit. What do you
Saying Amazon packages?
Yeah, things are stolen off my porch all the time. Now they're not. They have to go through a fence. How do you now convince people? What's the benefit of a fence that people don't have it? I want to give the perspective. People live in nice, big, sprawling properties, right? And look, a fence is going to ruin my view, whatever. What do you say to people like that?
So everybody has a different reason why they want a fence. I'm not here to convince someone who doesn't want one. In sales, obviously, it sounds cliche, but again, it's the same thing.
I understand what you're saying.
You sell people who need what you're selling, and once I know what their problem is, I know how to solve it. So, like for example, if they tell me they need privacy, they have a pool, there's one solution. If they tell me no, they want their kids to run out, it's a different solution. If a school or a shul, we do a lot of commercial projects also. So if they call me for security, that's a whole different fence, different style, different thing, right? So it depends on what they need. That's kind of what we sell.
What's the reason why you would come here?
So we come here to meet with contractors, developers, people who are in the construction industry. We stand out with a few things. First of all, I don't know if you saw, but we had a bunch of gorillas running around, gorilla mascots. That's one. Our booth itself is bright orange color. You can't miss it. We have the flags. We try to have all our marketing material be very simple and to the point so that it doesn't take long for somebody within...
Which hats? The yellow hats?
No, they were the actual gorilla costumes, full-on headgear, yeah. So within a few seconds, you can see what we do. It's not complicated. There's not a million words. It's just simple, basic, to the point.
Why would someone hire you over any other fence company?
I think there's many reasons why somebody would choose a fence company. Sometimes it's personality. They just like to deal with the person who they're dealing with. Sometimes they need it quick. So since we have it in stock, we can install a project within a week. Our installs generally take 1 day. So once we come there in the morning, we're done by the end of the day. We just have a solid product. People want a great service. People want a great product. They want to make sure that the company backs it, and we do back it. If there's ever an issue, for example, somebody calls me that, his door shifted or any small thing, within a day or two, my guys are there to fix it.
Do you fix over old fences?
Not if we didn't install it.
No, it's actually interesting. I think people feel more comfortable dealing with a company that it's their products. You have a problem, it's much less cost of, so you have your own thing,
We'll fix
bring
it.
in.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, listen, Atzlacha, Rabbi, what you do. I love hearing your business. It's a great when someone idea something they didn't want and built it up.
That's it.
Atzlacha,
Thank you.
Rabbi.